Okay, let's go live here. Welcome to the show. This is the Moon Boys podcast. I'm Theo Zoo. We've got Matthew Smead here in the studio, along with Wizard. How's it going, guys?
Just in time. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. How's it going, Matthew Smead?
All good in the hood. How's it going?
Interesting, isn't it? I think the whales have stopped taking profit, but because there's like no new market participants and the ETFs are offloading, we could be just seeing choppy for a few weeks longer. I mean, I've been better. I had a really good night last night. I heard you played a gig in Alicante. So have you had much feedback from that? Have you made some connections? Do you have a new tour manager, a new booking agent, or something like that?
I'm really sorry. I had the stream playing then, and I was just trying to get rid of the double mic, so I haven't got a clue what you just said.
So
if you
I've heard that your band's been performing in Alicante. How's that gone? And have you got like leading from that? Have you got like more gigs from that one gig?
Not necessarily yet, but I mean things happen. People watch it, but they come. Word gets around. The next gig is in.
pDAI was a massive scam, was it?
It depends on what you think. I'm a believer. I've still not sold. I've doubled down. In fact, I've actually like 5x my bags. So if it goes
could
up,
be a buying zone here.
It's either going to Goblin Town and Zero and Rexville, or it's gonna suddenly pop. And I don't know. I took the bet.
What's your take on the macro? 85. I mean, damn. Are we gonna go to 95? And then are people gonna start selling because they sort of got in high, and they're gonna sort of want to get out what they put in, or are we gonna go to 95 and then slowly grind up to 110? What's happening? And is now the time to sort of have your eye on lots of alts because this is like the bull continuation? Is this the elongated cycle you were telling us all about 3 months ago?
Well, before we get into it, we should mention that nothing here is financial advice. We're not financial advisors, just some guys on the internet.
And I'm retarded, so yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm extra retarded. I'm double retarded. I'm more retarded than all the other Moon Boys combined. Times 2.
You're the content key to all of this, though. Like, I find all the shorts we end up making is you, always. It's a bit boring without Wizard. We need the wild card.
All right, gas me up.
So Bitcoin's
Shouts
at
out
85.2. Shout out Burbsy in the chat. Ethereum's at exactly $2,000 and Solana's at $131.
Juicy.
You're asking about the overall market direction, right? Where do you think it's going to go? We're holding the 200 support here on Bitcoin.
That's nice. Whales have stopped selling. So whales started selling in mid-December, and they've stopped now. And where are we? Mid-March. So how much pain is that? 4 months. Okay, that's enough. Let's go.
You're
So
flipping
the
bullish
most
here.
bullish I could also be, is I mean, if you go on Bitcoin on the weekly, we've actually bounced off the 55 EMA,
Nice.
and if that wicks down pretty much bang to the price, and if that holds us up, then with that's TA
But
says that we
take a
can
look
keep
at
them going.
earlier here when we wicked through the 55 and then bounced with a solid candle directly off of it over here. We've only wicked close to it, so it is possible that we could even go lower before going higher here, isn't it?
If we just put our retarded glasses on for a second, the interest in terms of Google search queries for Bitcoin is at all-time low. Does that mean we go up because Bitcoin's a rich person's game, and then us retail enter late? So why do you say we're going to go down, Theo, before we go up? Just because it's like that? Just because we need the short?
I find it tends to like kind of dip right into the lowest possible pain, and then it shoots up to the upside, right? This doesn't seem painful enough. Like, it's been a little bit of pain, but I think we could go even worse here. This could be a little fake out. That's
we could always
my thesis.
I mean, everything could go to zero, and we could all be like just wasted a load of time in the
Yeah,
cryptoverse. Then
that's
off we
very
go.
possible.
Who
So
knows?
with all these gigs that you're playing, Matthew Smeed, how do you find the time to timestamp Good Morning Crypto? Because
I
you're playing
don't.
like a gig. You're playing like a gig a week, right? I'm assuming you
We're
have
not. We're
to.
not playing a gig a week now. At the moment, we've been recording. The bands we've been recording. We're in the process of mixing now. We've got a load of takes, and we've got to find the best take of all of them that we got. Do the mixing, and then we'll release it. And then if you want, then I'll plug it in the Discord or whatever, so you can have a look whenever we release
What
it
are
on
what
Spotify.
are the top five? I like to broaden my horizons with some real instruments, some real guitar, because there's nothing that touches the soul like an amp and a guitar and a microphone. And then I was going to say, what are your top five crypto projects, crypto communities that are building through the bear? Matthew Smeed.
Top 5
Number
crypto
one.
communities
Top 5.
that are building through the bear. Wow, this is suddenly out of the blue. Okay.
Put them on the spot. I like
Yeah.
Fantasy Top. Fantasy Top's really good.
What's that? Is that
Number
like
one,
an
Moralis.
OnlyFans replacement?
It's like a game that you play every day, and you can like win prizes and win Ethereum and stuff like that.
Daily gaming. Cool, cool.
Yeah. Another one is Rektech. So you can play Rektech every day.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this. So today we have to vote for our favorite crypto
Okay, who's
CEO.
number four?
Essentially,
I don't recognize 4 and 5's faces. Okay, I don't recognize their names either. Cool.
and then every day I've been playing abstract stuff as well here.
Good shit. Are they
So you can-
2D games?
You can play Gacha. You can play Gigaverse. You can play
Cool.
Roach Racing. Bunch of good stuff here. You can collect your Myriad points every day.
What's your favorite project without a token? Pre TGE. Mine is I don't know. What's your favorite DeFi project, Matthew Smeed?
Favorite DeFi project? Favorite utility token DeFi whatever? Probably at the moment is PulseX, because the buy and burn
Okay.
is unmatched.
Okay. You timestamp, but then still Ivan Ontech shades Pulse. He does it in the nonchalant way, like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? You guys still suffering?" Oh.
Ivan likes to have a bit of a jab and dig a bit of fun, but I mean, he has actually personally done a lot more for the PulseChain community than a lot of people in the community, like with Moralis and supporting it and all the APIs and everything.
Oh yeah.
I think it is actually more of a sort of poking fun at it to see, just to get everyone jigged up, because I mean, obviously everyone knows that he sold his Pulse into Solana, and I mean, it's just a bit of fun and games, isn't it? You poke fun at your mate, so that's kind of like it is.
Pulse looks like all-time low here.
We have hit an all-time low.
Lovely.
Time to back up the Pulse truck.
Yeah, I've been
the die
slowly
truck.
DCing in. But I mean, even if we go back to when I first got in September, I mean, we were basically saying that, like, it's not like an exact moment. It's like it might be a good idea to start diversifying out of Bitcoin. I mean, even though, I mean, Bitcoin is still going up, it's still strong. I still think it's going up. Altcoins that have been beaten, like they've been beaten black and blue. You know, they're all the way right down at the bottom. So I do feel that it's time for a bit of a altcoin resurgence, and these things take time to flip-flop around. But I mean, if you go back to that chart and look at September when I first got in, it's still not that far down from there.
OTHERS.D on the stochastic 5-day is just right at the bottom, making it, and it's turned upwards. So it looks like time to make your alt bets over the next few weeks. Not financial advice. Not financial advice.
This one right here, it's tipping up on the 5-day.
Yeah. On the stochastic, yeah. No, already has on my one. On my one, it's going upwards. I don't know what the white line is, but it's going upwards, isn't it?
So the Hopium chart that I could give you, if you want to pull that up, Theo, is others dominance divided by Bitcoin dominance.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Others.d
Others
/BTC.
BTCD.
And just press enter.
Okay, there it is. Okay, OTHERS.D versus BTCD.
Yeah, go onto the monthly.
Okay.
This is
So we're at a
interesting to look at
historical low
alts.
here under the 120.
So if
So
you
it's
zoom
going to be
out-
alt season.
Yeah, so if you zoom out, are you on the monthly? Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, it's a monthly.
Yeah, so if you have a look, I guess we're looking at a slightly different chart. Anyway, I've got a ascending channel here on this. What is this?
Do you want to share your screen?
CryptoCap others. Yeah. Let me just give you the copy. I'll put this into the chat. No, I can't share my screen. My internet's not man enough. So I've got it there in the chat. So
others. Oh, others like that, and then BTCD.
Yeah. So we're looking at market cap.
That should do it here.
So I've got that on the monthly.
Okay, like that.
And you can see that we are in an uptrend, and that is like one of the things keeping me bullish altcoins at the moment. If you have a look, we are the actual EMA ribbon is still
you've
not.
not got others. You've not got OTHERS.D. Is it? Has he got the right chart? Because he's got others divided by D.
I have both. This was the OTHERS.D, and this was the others.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Carry on.
But basically, it's in an uptrend. It's increasing, which is basically just indicating that altcoins are in the long term slowly trying to now outpace. But these macro moves take their time anyway. So it's slow accumulation. I'm personally betting on a big altcoin season towards the end of the year. And so from here to the end of the year, I really couldn't care less what happens. Altcoins need to be expensive for the cycle to be over, so it can all play out. That's my take on it.
I think we can see here on the weekly.
Buy the dip situation.
And then you put the weekly. That's interesting.
You can see the trend really following that 120. Look at that. Here it flipped it from being resistance to being support. But is it actionable, right? Like, it's one thing to say all alts are going to go up, or anything but the top 10 alts are going to go up, right? But
no, but it's sort of each coin does like a multiple on that whole cap moving. So some coins will do say a 2x what the cap does. Some will underperform it and everything. So, but that's just our main indicator. So if you're holding a coin now at the beginning of the altcoin cycle where we're low, and your coin is still underperforming, then I mean, you wouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't worry too much, because technically we're still low. But if you were overvalued, like, so we were, the ratio was all the way at the other end of the spectrum, and then we're coming towards the end of the cycle, then you've got to wonder, like, you're overvalued, therefore it's time to start sort of think about de-risking and going back into something a bit more safe.
Yeah, like Fartcoin.
Like Fartcoin, yeah, the ultimate asset.
It's got the rounded bottom.
Or housing, which is not overvalued at all.
No.
So don't worry. Like, it really should cost £1 million to own a 3-bedroom house in Burgess Hill. That's normal. Everything's normal.
Well, is it? Then you'll own nothing and be happy. Isn't that the mantra that we've got to start living by?
Yeah, BlackRock are probably buying up all the semi-detached in Bedfordshire as we speak, so that we can all become renters, happy renters. And I prefer not owning things, because then I don't have to look after them, and I get to try. Why own a Lamborghini when you can drive one for a week and then experience it and say, okay, that was whack.
You can drive a different Lambo each day.
Yeah, you could have one for each different day of the week, a different color.
Good alpha, Matthew Smead. But then what about the theory that as we get more coins coming out, we sort of get diluted, and that, like, the VC scam is coming to an end, of like pump and dump and exit liquidity on the CEX. And as we get more memes, especially, they add to the dilution of there's just too many coins. Is that going to slow us? Could that be a threat to your thesis for?
I don't know.
For the
Just
next
if
10
you're
months?
adding the amount of different coins doesn't mean that they're taking away liquidity. They could be like millions of coins, but their value is 0. It's not going to move the needle.
Or the value is 4K.
Well,
like here.
if it's
All
market
these
cap,
coins.
Shut
the
up.
rest of the value. It's like the square root, I think.
Good answer. Valid. I'll accept it.
What have we got on for today?
I've been
The
trenching. I've been
dockets.
trading this one called Routine. Did you see this one? Routine? Morning Routine?
Just saw it on your screen, but tell us more.
Okay. I could probably find it if I just click on it right here. Routine. So essentially this clip went viral with over 300 million plays on
I saw the
YouTube.
clip.
Yeah, this one.
It's fucking funny as shit, this clip.
Yeah, so this was I was playing it at 1 mil, it went up to 5 mil. I thought it was cooked. I went to bed, I woke up, it was at 15 mil. I'm currently like down $7 on it after trading over $1,000. It's been rough. I'm totally sidelined on this. I'm completely out of it now. I don't own any of it. But yeah, it's virality.
That's one way to doom scroll. If you get like a stance like that, you can doom scroll, but like in an alpha male way, without where you're not like ruining your posture so much.
Yeah, you gotta have
Get
the
a
little
comfy chair.
phone stand. Yeah. And if you
That's the
listen to
cool
the
doom
audio,
scroll.
he's actually listening to like the Bible or something there too. Like there's some like some Jesus quotes going on. Yeah.
The Holy Spirit coming through
Yeah,
his body.
he's starting off the day with the Holy Father
Oh, brilliant.
and an ice plunge.
Ice plunges are so underrated. They're so OP. I miss my spa membership where they had a cold plunge. It really sorted me out.
Where's
I
the
fuck with
part?
cold plunges.
Where's the part where he goes to work?
Yeah, he was just
No.
dunking his face in ice water, and now he's on a podcast talking about $10,000. And then the bottle of water, the Saratoga brand of water, went viral as well.
Yeah.
And so that token's up to like 15 mil as well.
Perfect.
Where's the Saratoga water? I've been trenching all these, man. It's been wild.
No, I don't really have much time to do that sort of trenching.
Look at this. It's at 2.3 mil. I was playing it down here at 166K. So that would have been like a 20x if I would have held
That
it.
one there is the JEET. The playbook, the trade playbook.
Me and Cooker Flips took out like $10 each, and then it went to the sky.
Yeah,
that's insane.
You remember the chart that Somi posted of the different kinds of traders? It's like that is literally the JEET. Where he buys, he gets out, and then it fucking moves.
Oh my god! It just wicked up like insane. Holy crap! Look at that wick.
What's that?
Missed it.
What time frame?
It wicked up to 400 million in a second as we were looking at it.
Some fat finger. Isn't that just a bug with BullX though? If you change
that's
the
like an
time
MEV.
frame-
I don't know. That looks pretty strange.
Bloody hell.
Someone bought and sold 400 million in like a second. Oh, it's a solid candle on the 5 minute.
Crikey.
That's weird.
Any listings is I heard that one meme from Base listed on Coinbase and then it did like a 20% and then investors were a bit like, what the fuck? Only 20%? Virtual still not on Coinbase.
I was playing with that BankrBot on X that you mentioned, and then you asked about like TGE coins. There's Prompt, that's like the Wayfinder we've been talking about. I've been farming this thing, Prompt.
Excellent.
And then of course BullX has its own token that they're launching as well. It's BullX
Okie dokes.
token.
So Prompt, how did Prompt? What's Prompt's origin story?
This is like that Wayfinder website where you can like do quests and eventually get access to these AI agents that are perpetually coming soon. So I don't
Cool.
know if it's Fugazi, but I keep depositing money and hoping for the best.
Do you guys? I was gonna say, do you guys still hold any AI agents?
I don't hold much, dude. I'm just holding Bitcoin and Solana and MicroStrategy.
And when you do your trenching, what sort of size are you playing with those?
Usually one
Okay.
Solana is my bet at this point.
Hmm.
Yeah, it
But
seems
it's
like a
just
nice
like-
round number.
It's just for entertainment, I'm guessing, like in the moment.
Yeah,
or-
it's kind of like gambling, right?
Yeah.
Just find something that you think's viral.
yeah, but it's nothing that
Um,
you'd hold necessarily. It's just you're looking for something. To
Well, I
trade
should.
at
That's the
moment.
problem. I'm a paper-handed bitch, right? But
Yeah, well,
like right here, Routine and Saratoga are at the top of organic trenches on Jupiter. There's one called Valet. You can see the market caps here, 1.7.
Is this
Please.
really fair? Like Matthew Smeed is flaming me for being an AI investor, while PulseX is at ATL. Like, I think it's a narrative.
I thought you were just flaming me for buying pDAI.
You guys are both flaming.
Flame it. We're on
That's a
fire.
fact. Actually.
BankrBot's still number one here.
Nah, I'm cool. I respect the pump in all assets.
Exactly.
Juicy little 5% there. We've got a few agents pumping today. Just a tiny 40% here, 30% there.
Yeah, I must say, I'm
Nothing too
still
major.
holding that AI agent on Ronin that Guzman said about that JOS or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
It's all about
How do we find
base. It was a
that?
huge fake out.
airdrop.
When virtuals moved to Solana, it was a fake out. It's all base based, in my humble opinion. But then why should it be? It's all on Twitter, isn't it? Really?
DebtRefliefBot you mentioned. So I was talking to BankrBot on X, and I told it to buy DebtRefliefBot with half of my Ethereum, and then I left it for a couple days, and then when I checked, the value had doubled. DebtRefliefBot had doubled, so I cheated, and so now I've got like double the amount of Ethereum that I had.
Hell yeah.
Fucking excellent.
Farming.
Yeah,
heat.
so it's kind of cool tweeting to trade. You know, you just tell the bot like, yeah, sell it, buy it. I don't know, and it, what's hot right now?
Yeah.
I'll ask it, and it's like,
You
oh,
know-
you could invest in these things. I'm like, cool, yeah, go do it. Like, you're kind of just yelling
You're
at the
blowing my mind.
stockbroker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just in between tweet and tweet. That's like it takes you too long to get your phone out or you open your trading app and log in.
Yeah,
So
you can
just
see like
pull it
I'm talking to banker here, like your current wallet balance, da da da.
Theo
You
Zeus.
just gotta hope that it
using
doesn't
it.
start announcing all your balances of your actual wallets, not your hot wallets.
Yeah, there's the
Caitlyn
private
Jenner's
seed
from
phrase
BankrBot.
publicly
Yeah.
tweeted out. What's that? Caitlyn Jenner?
Caitlyn Jenner's interacting with BankrBot.
Oh, that's how I saw it actually. Yeah, you had told me about it, and I didn't really know how to deal with it. But then I saw Caitlyn Jenner tweeting at it.
You follow.
I thought it was funny
Oh, so it
how
must
they
be
did it,
good.
though. I don't think I follow them, but I thought it was funny how they did it because instead of saying at BankrBot, they would put a dot in front just so that everybody sees the tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't put the dot in front, it just becomes a reply, right?
Replies. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting that they really wanted their BankrBot interactions to be
it's
public.
advertising. So
media, yeah.
there's money going in. There's like real money going into her account, and then they tell her,
Yeah,
put a
I
dot
guess that's
above.
probably what it is. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No evidence. Speculation.
But most likely.
So Bitcoin search terms over the last 5 years, I don't know. It's kind of at a low here. Peaked up a little bit recently, but it didn't go to the previous highs of 2021. So I'm thinking bull market's not over.
Bull market's
Probably
not
good-
over
probably good
for
buying
you.
zone.
Retarded glasses on. Everything is upside down. Okay. Who needs retail? We're retail. We don't need other retail.
Past 5 years, 2004 to present. Here we go. Okay, so diminishing returns. Look, 2018 was even higher. So maybe that was the top. Yeah, pack it in.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, you can sell it if you
that's
want.
quite high.
I'm not going anywhere.
Matt's
mean-
Matt's here for the long haul.
Yeah, I basically said to myself that I'm in it for the long haul. But and I'm only accumulating stuff that I'm willing to hold long term. I mean, I even wonder whether I would actually sell in the bear just simply because of like taxes and other things. And it is money that I don't necessarily need. I put it in, and now I'm saving in somewhere else for like my day to day. I've got like a mortgage to pay soon and stuff. So that's like the nest egg, if you know what I mean, and then just
Yeah.
accumulate in bear markets and then ride it up, DCA a little bit on the way up as like say savings. But I can't. It would take a lot for me to suddenly think, oh fuck it, I'm gonna sell. I mean, unless obviously I desperately need it, where suddenly my life's gone to shit and I need liquidity, man.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing. Like, you have
hypothetically,
money if you need it.
if we had a fantastic next 20 months and Bitcoin was at 210, then there would be then as whales sell, because that's what whales do. They look at their portfolio, they say, oh my god, why am I 60% in crypto? Because they were 25% in crypto, then it went up to 210. Then Bitcoin loses its cool. You know, it's mainstream now. Do you not think that when after a couple more cycles and Bitcoin's at 210, like doesn't it become like less cool, and then you want to find the new underground thing to do with your life, kind of thing?
I think Bitcoin, yeah. What, like the whole crypto space? You mean like it stops being so sort of
it's all marketing,
underground,
isn't it? So like every time we go up, like the Bitcoin marketing machine. Sorry to not let you answer, but like as we go up,
don't worry.
the Bitcoin marketing machine like goes in full force, and you start hearing all the memes about how it's such a great store of value. It lets you move country. Government want to take your money. Governments always want to take your money. Everything else is overbought, and crypto is about sovereignty. And the marketing machine, these videos get made, and then whales sell, and then you're stuck. And then loads of people are like stuck. Loads of people are like underwater, and you know, this whole thing about people using it as a savings machine, that becomes evidently not true. And really, Bitcoin is a vehicle for speculation by uber wealthy people who are already made. So then it becomes like this like hall of mirrors and lies, and like crypto isn't really cool, and money goes to North Korea, and blah 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 blah.
And the regulations change, or suddenly China ban it and all that. Yeah, I mean, it most likely it's like any cycle. I mean, if you follow it, depending on if it's a Bitcoin halving cycle, if it's the global liquidity cycle, if it's the government's debt rollover cycle, that there's even cycles in the stock market where everything goes risk on and risk off. And the way I see it is almost like in gold and the stock market will kind of act like Bitcoin and crypto, if you know what I mean. It's like the next frontier, to say it in a cheesy way. But obviously, we got way more volatility, but and that's like we take the risk to step onto that volatility or whatever part we see the price and we feel the itch.
I mean, and then separately, because it's so interesting when me and Matthew get on stream together, because we look at things. We're both retarded, but I'm obviously I'm a massively negative person, and Matthew's obviously a massive like positive person.
I'm pretty optimistic, but I mean, optimistic then seems like delusional, and sometimes some things play out, some things don't. But last cycle was it sort of put it into perspective that even there's one part in the cycle, pretty much every cycle from speaking to everyone, where everyone suddenly goes, holy shit, right, we've pumped everything, where are the coins that haven't pumped yet? And the fact that you're asking yourself, oh, with all this negativity and everything, it just makes me bullish, because a bull market is climbing the wall of worry. Like you're
that's where you want to buy.
in adversity. It's not certain. As soon as there's certainty and everyone's like, oh shit, we're gonna make it, we made it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we
Do you
cannot
know how much
go down
money
this.
there is on the sideline waiting for certainty? Stable coins, just waiting for some kind of certainty, waiting for some Trump to say one thing. People are just waiting for a couple 5-day green candles, and they're like, all in.
Well,
you can't win.
it's exactly, everyone's like sort of super erratic. Everyone's got PTSD from last cycle, in my opinion, like from the fact that we never really went like totally parabolic and had a blow off top. Everyone was expecting that. We didn't get the lengthening cycles that Benjamin Cowan was speaking about. So every sort of narrative broke apart, and everyone was optimistic, and not many people sold. Where everyone was there, like giving it all, thinking, "Oh shit, we've got one more leg," and that's when it went down. There weren't many people that called the top. There were a few, but everyone says they call the top, don't they?
Yeah, I find people like joke around when it's actually the truth. Like people making memes of, imagine if 109 was the cycle top, and it's like a big joke. But then a few months goes by, and you're like, damn, I should have listened to the memes.
I mean, there's always a chance. The way that I see it, I'm just waiting for like the typical signs. I mean, when everyone thinks that we can no longer go down, or you go on to CryptoX, or you go onto YouTube, whatever, and you see that, oh shit, it's a load of people that I've like not seen anywhere in my life, and they're all spamming, and they're arguing, and everyone seems to know better than you. Like, holy shit, where did all these people come from? Like, there was only like 3 or 4 of us the other day, and there are signs. So I don't know whether it drags on. Who knows? I just know that we bought the bottom from last cycle, and if everything plays out correctly, like from cycle to cycle, and the money just gets inflated away, in theory we shouldn't go necessarily too much like below that anyway. So just at the lows, just accumulate, and you'll eventually
there's so many factors. There's too many factors to take into account. There's like, quantitative easing. There's like, we've got a pro crypto administration. What else is there to look forward to now?
We need the capital gains.
Yeah, but see, everyone's always got that next thing that they want. So as soon as they got the capital gains, it's like, oh no, they would
never satisfied.
Yeah, exactly.
More.
I don't know.
Still got capital gain.
Even last cycle. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Capital gains is like short-term bearish, because I can't remember why, but people will like sell immediately for some reason. But I can't remember why, because they were waiting to sell at another time.
Well, if they did 0% capital gains tax on crypto, then all these billionaires would just shelter all their money in crypto because it would be better than a Roth IRA.
They'd slowly put their money into crypto. At first, all the millionaires, not billionaires, would like sell off immediately because they don't have to wait for a tax event or something.
Yeah, maybe.
The other way to think about it, I mean, so to desensitize yourself from a bear market, because I mean, at the end of the day, if we're going into another bear market, I'd pretty much just say, bring it on. What you want to sell at these prices and send it down. I'll buy more, lower down. I don't mind, There's too many millionaires and billionaires on the world for everyone to have just one Bitcoin. So, I mean, okay, there's loads of OGs that have loads and loads of Bitcoin, but they also know that and they preach that. And so there isn't enough to go around. So as soon as something like that starts to happen, where it goes up enough for all the massive whales and rich people to start noticing, then
it's a way better meme than like owning a Cybertruck. If you're a millionaire, to own a Bitcoin is way more baller than to own a Lamborghini Urus, or to own like a holiday apartment in Ibiza. To own a Bitcoin is just like, you get more community, you can talk about it, you can talk about economy, you can talk about Trump, you can talk about Eric Trump and like different governments, Japanese government. There's more to it than just like, I own a Urus, it depreciates by 20% every year. Like there's a very limited quality. Imagine if there were only 21 million Lamborghini Uruses, like the price would go bananas. Do you know what I mean? So everything's a meme. Like we saw Tesla was a meme, and then Tesla kind of lost its cool as a meme. Like it had the environmental thing, but then what's his name, Elon, he did the Roman salute, and then things became like less cool, and then now people just like to blow up, like they just like to vandalize Teslas. Like,
you made a tweet about that.
Bitcoin still has its cool. It still has like a cool meme factor to it. Crypto
Yeah.
still has a cool meme to factor. You're intellectual. You're a trader. You watch global politics. You're into crypto. Are cool. I don't think it's going to lose its cool. So that means that I think if we have a bear market for 6 months, that's cool. That gives us a really good chance to lock in. Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's like
Lock in,
Satoshi
like-
can't go do a Roman salute or anything, right? Because he's dead.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect to have a dead founder. That's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, allegedly dead.
I think I told you who I think Satoshi is on an earlier
Theo.
episode.
Theo could be Satoshi.
Jack Dorsey.
No, he wasn't a cypherpunk in the 2000s. Jack Dorsey, yeah, that's a spurious connection. I don't know if you've read this guy's website, but it's
the Jack Dorsey one. Yeah, I've seen it.
That's a comedy meme, in my opinion.
There was another one that Elon. I think everyone's been Satoshi at this point.
At one point.
I think that's the other meme. And Netflix making another bloody. We found who Satoshi allegedly is.
Okay, so let's
it's marketing, isn't it? So any news is good news. But
let's read these news headlines. If you guys are done on that topic, otherwise we can keep going around on
Was
that.
the BNB bull run, was that to do with religious people were using the chain? Like maybe Islamic people were using BNB chain?
Yeah, the Eid Mubarak tokens and stuff like that. Yeah, like that BNB season only lasted like a week.
Okay, just for Ramadan then.
Yeah, I think it's finally over. Okay, let's get into these headlines here. Pump Fund launched Pump Swap, a native DEX where all new tokens will graduate to.
Did that get front run? Like, did Raydium go down? Like, insiders knew? That's interesting.
We can take a look at Raydium chart. Yeah, Raydium did nuke while Orca went up. I'm not sure if it's recovered since. Ooh,
lovely.
What's that drop?
Raydium. Yeah, that was related to that news article there.
After
Pump Fund used to bond
stuff
to Raydium, and now they're doing their own DEX Pump Swap.
Yeah.
I mean, just take a look at Pump Swap.
Measured move.
Pump Swap. So can I actually do a swap on here? Looks just like Pump Fund. Okay. Oh, it's just the token of Pump Fund. Okay, interesting.
So they've released their own token.
Yeah, potentially, or it's a scam token. We don't know.
Instead of bonding to a Raydium liquidity pool, now they bond to their own DEX.
Yeah, they have their own liquidity provider now that they built.
People are saying Raydium got complacent. They could have done more to foster their relationship with Pump Fund.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm sure Raydium will make a comeback. Maybe they'll launch their own Pump Fund, right? But
they probably weren't happy with the amount that they got from all the Solana they extracted from the chain.
God.
Yeah. The Pump Fund guys are rich now, and that's why they can easily build a new Pump Swap, right? Because they're raking in millions just from running Pump.Fund.
I guess the unlocks might have had something to do with it as well. Who knows?
Unlocks?
Do you remember there was unlocks and everyone was like, oh, it's priced in, it's priced in.
Oh, for Solana, yeah.
And then
Matt Smeed's always dancing on Solana's grave.
Matthew Smeed knew all along. Matthew Smeed pissing on Solana investors' grave just there.
It's a bit of friendly, but
well, the writing was on the walls, yeah. BNB lead all chains in weekly DEX volume. This is from yesterday as well, so this might not be super up to date, but yeah, BNB was leading yesterday in weekly DEX volume. The SEC dropped their appeal against Ripple.
As if that token could be any more bullish. God damn, it's just
XRP's looking great as always.
It's a sticky meme, isn't it?
I'm so sidelined with XRP. I will never hold this thing, but it looks amazing.
I will never touch that thing, but I wish the XRP army all the best. They have basically proven what the power of community can do.
Exactly.
Absolutely. They've proven that.
Like you said about Cardano, yeah, they're on the early stages of large community.
That's one of my main, well, not main, but that's one of the things that attracted me to PulseChain, because it just reminds me of Cardano. It reminds me of this. It's just the next thing that they're just not leaving. So eventually it'll go up.
Awesome. The U.S. Fed left rates unchanged. Trump urged cuts. So that was after the FOMC meeting.
Yeah, Trump's not able to control it. If he could, he would do something to force. Oh, he urged. I've got it.
They asked Trump if he thinks Jay Powell would listen to him if he asked for cuts, and he said yes. that he thinks J-Pow would listen if he urged.
Well, Chair Powell also got asked if he if the what they called the tariffs and everything, the like, because they're causing like deflation, isn't it, or whatever it is, or they're going against whatever it is they're fighting for. And he was then challenged to see or asked about that, whether it's sort of making him want to change rates or whatever. I think Chair Powell's doing a good job all in all.
I think there's like Trueflation website.
He seems like a decent dude, as decent as a politician slash
central bank
chief can be.
Microsoft flagged malware that targets crypto wallets. I know PwnSauce was really worried about that. Apparently, he got hacked for some small amounts because he had some seed phrases on the OneDrive, something like that. So he was in full lockdown mode, moving all his warm wallets over to cold wallets.
What's the OneDrive?
Microsoft OneDrive. It's kind of like Dropbox sort of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
The IMF released updated guidelines that include provisions for crypto for the first time ever. Okay.
Bearish.
Is it true that I think Ivan posted it, that the IMF might have started like potentially be adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet or something like that, or is it just me falling for some dodgy tweet? I think Ivan.
I'm not sure if you can find the tweet. Let us know.
Yeah, let me just look.
Bitcoin ETFs posted 5 days of net inflows totaling 744 million, while Ethereum ETFs posted 5 days of net outflows, Matt, totaling over 100 million.
What's that? Ethereum outflows.
Bitcoin up, Ethereum down.
Oh, well.
You were looking at the ETF inflows and outflows on CoinMarketCap Wizard.
Yes.
What did you find there?
I found that Ethereum were making some small outflows and Bitcoin had been making outflows, but then for the last 5 days, we've been making some inflows, which means what? That means that maybe we can still be hopeful that the ETFs will lead to year after year, pretty constant inflows into crypto. I mean, we've seen a slowdown in market prices. We haven't seen a slowdown in net inflows into crypto. So we're still in a bull market, potentially. We'll have to wait and see around 93, 94 if people start selling and exiting because they were just like waiting to get out. So we don't really know at the moment. Whales have stopped selling.
Seems to be turning around a little bit here, yeah. Cool. On to TradFi and regulations.
When it comes to Bitcoin bottoming, I think even Eric Crown was saying that he's waiting for the hash ribbons indicator to fire off, isn't he? And then, but he's calling that to mark a long-term bottom that just will not revisited at all. So in effect,
hard floor, soft ceiling.
The cycle, the pump hasn't even started yet. In other words,
exactly.
Which is what the camp I stand on.
Hard floor, soft ceiling.
Yeah.
The SEC's crypto task force held a roundtable on Friday.
They did.
That's a fact. Task force lead Hester Pierce stated that NFTs should be allowed to be used to raise capital.
Another thing that happened.
The SEC confirmed Bitcoin and proof of work mining is not considered a security.
Bullish.
Trump addressed the Blockworks Digital Asset Summit. Did you guys watch that?
No.
No, I did not.
He pretty much just said like he placated essentially.
Yeah, I think we were on Tom Crown's stream watching that, and it was just super godly.
Everyone was disappointed because he didn't announce the 0% capital gains tax on crypto.
Oh,
you fools!
And the market
you
dumped.
Fools! I told you Trump's concern with crypto is extension of the U.S. petrodollar hegemony. It's not that he's he's not in the trenches with us. I told you, idiots, that he's not. He wanted our votes. His son's into it. He thinks it's a cute hobby, but he doesn't like scammy things. He likes legit businesses. He doesn't like anything that lets Mexican drug cartels move their money in any way, shape, or form from one account to another. He doesn't like that shit.
Yeah.
He's a liberal in terms of like people should be allowed to date supermodels. He's not a liberal in terms of like you can touch any US oligarchs' money. Things need to stay the same. He's very conservative in that sense. Like
He's
he
the
wants things.
chief crypto advocate.
He doesn't believe in a change of the financial infrastructure or hegemony or anything. The type of liberal he is like liberal in terms of legislation against building a company, and he's liberal in terms of like you can date Russian supermodels, and he's that kind of liberal. But he's an old man. He's conservative. The brain has oxidated. And this is why you have me on the podcast, because it's just pure clip farming gold with me, isn't it? Like I go on a nice, digestible 30-second rant, and then I'm done. I've had my speech.
I found the tweet, Theo. It's in the chat.
Okay,
So,
let me take a look.
IMF adding it to the balance sheet.
Okay, I got this.
There you go.
And this.
So even this is just a tweet of some person on the internet, so still
IMF
could be all
adding
fake.
Bitcoin to their reserve stats. They hate Bitcoin, but now so that several countries have it as reserves, they can't help but track it.
Are we at and then you join them stage?
And Max Kaiser, sources confirm the IMF is adding Bitcoin to their own reserves.
Bullish.
Cool.
Sources.
Thanks for that. The first ever Solana ETFs went live. Bullish. Japanese Bitcoin treasury company Metaplanet added Eric Trump to board of advisors. Did you guys see that picture of Eric Trump and the Metaplanet CEO standing there?
Is it cool? Is it high?
Well, they're both wearing orange hats.
Okay.
But he's not wearing an orange tie, so it doesn't really match.
Sam.
Here's the picture.
Wow, just the bonding.
It's like a salmon tie, but an orange hat.
With that.
Yeah,
you can tell that like the Japanese Metaplanet guys like taking him to the best sashimi restaurant in Tokyo, and like Eric Trump's just like feeling the whole like the omega-3 in his brain, and he's just activated happy mode.
Perfect.
That's my analysis.
The S&P 500 ended a 4-week losing streak.
Yeah, it wasn't a crash. Who was saying that the market was crashing? Who was flooding me out of my bag saying that it was the end of the world and tariffs? Oh my god, it was a correction. Big hoo-ha.
Yeah, I found some support here on the 55 on the 5-day.
No more FUD on the timeline about this shit. It's clearly a correction.
That's looking nice. Good buying zone.
These bloody doomers, eh?
Yeah, right.
Never ends.
They'll be right at some point.
Exactly. Up only. Still an up only.
Gotta be a retarded single brain cell bull.
It's best in these kinds of days to have that mentality. I agree. It's up only.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bull market's still on. Strategy announced the STRF perpetual preferred stock, which will raise 722.5 million.
Is this the one that he's raising with interest?
Sailor tweeted.
Yeah, he's now offering 10% interest or something like that. I think the jig
said needs more orange.
Yeah, needs more.
I'm not sure about STRF. I was looking at MSTY because it pays dividends, but I'm not sure too much about STRF. We could take a look at it.
I'm not sure.
This is like their little side project. You know, like when like a brand of clothing like Nike has like a side brand for like skateboarding, like Nike skateboarding. Sorry, I said Nike. I'm sure. I meant to say Nike. Sorry.
The Nike.
Sorry, Burbs. I said Nike. It must sound so quaint when I say Nike. You're like, ew.
Yeah, I call it Nike. Well, in Spain,
no, you can say Nike. I've heard both all over the world. Shout out Burbs. Shout out the Silver Fox BSV in the house. We could take a look at BSV really quick for our friend all in on BSV.
I heard Bitcoin Cash was what you should have been holding.
Let's do BSV versus USDT.
On X, Theo.
I know.
I haven't seen anything to repost.
Okay, well
bit
let's
late now,
let's go post it right now.
Send it right now. Send it.
Fucking send it.
Fucking send it.
It'll take me a second. So I'm really good at this.
So I guess with
At
the
Sailor.
S&P recovering, yeah, I guess with the S&P recovering, gold has slowed down. Is it XAU for gold? XAU?
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
That must have slowed down a bit then. And would that
Okay,
be a
there you go.
future, a forex, an option? So okay, well, the top one is, I don't know which one to click on. XAU. Okay.
XAU down here.
So on the 2 days,
Just over 3,000.
Yeah, it slowed down on the 2 days a bit. That's interesting. Is it at 174, or am I just smoking crack?
It's at 3,000 USD.
Okay, let me try and get another chart.
Could it be both?
XAU USD.
Could you be smoking crack and it?
Make
be
sure when you're loading it up, you're not selected on crypto here. You have to just go to all or something.
Yeah, I'm not on crypto. I'm on all.
Because I think
And
there
I've
is an
got the one. I've
XAU
got the one that said
stablecoin.
3,000. Boy, that is up only since February 2024. Oh wow, for a year. Oh my god, wow.
Okay, let's
So
rapid
really,
fire. We
you
got
didn't,
like
you didn't need. Did you need
8
all this
minutes left.
extra risk? Yes, wrap
You
things
just hold
up.
gold?
So, Bitcoin. I talked about the Bitcoin marketing machine in that, like, basically, it's not for novices, and we're at a high price. So now you have to listen to skeptical people, like, and you just have to accept that maybe we're in a bear market now, because the whales have stopped selling, but we're worried about the ETFs. We're worried about the short-term sellers just waiting to get out, and it could be weeks of pain. So we don't know where we are, and if you want a more skeptical look that isn't so dogmatic and repetitive and libertarian about Bitcoin, follow me on Twitter. It's You're a Wizard Justin. You are a Wizard Justin. And that's where we have a bit more of a mature conversation about investing. And I just think that it's a bit ridiculous, the amount of fudding that goes on when we are at just ridiculous numbers. Like, it wasn't that long ago Bitcoin was at below 20,000. So yeah, it's just kind of funny to me, and we spoke about that, and then I sort of came on board with Matthew's thesis about it always gets choppy, and it always and if it was certain, and when then it would be too easy, and then people are just, there's loads of stables on the sidelines waiting for some certainty, and it's all going to get pumped back in. So that was an interesting part of it. I think it was a great show. What do you think, Theo?
Well, I think we can still blast through the rest of these news headlines. We've got like 6 minutes left.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Launches and acquisitions. Athena and Securitize announced the Converge chain, a settlement layer for traditional finance and digital dollars. I have not heard about that, nor do I know much about it. Athena, is that ENA token, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Kraken closes in on deal to acquire futures trading platform NinjaTrader for $1.5 billion.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's news to me, but that's cool.
Yeah, Raydium announced Launch Lab. See, here's Raydium coming back with a vengeance. A pump fund style token launch pad.
I want to try that.
Launch Lab. I'll just take a look at it really quick. That's not it. Okay,
contact address.
We'll do it offline. Yeah.
Have they implemented the Richard Hart solution to pump.fun like sort of clones? And the
sure.
solution is it burns the fees that it makes.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good
so if you got
question, we'll have to
if you'd like
save that for the after party.
Yeah, if you like gambling and you don't like your money and you don't want to donate it to one of the lovely people here on stream, then you can go on trade some JPEGs in both PulseChain and Solana.
Good fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speed
one
running.
thing to learn that they've launched Launch Lab, but then what would be interesting before the next show is if I have a look at like what have they done differently? What's their approach?
Yeah.
Big up Raydium.
They pressed Control C and then Control V.
Oh, okay.
Most likely, but we'll see.
It's open source, man. It's all cool.
Cool. Solana Mobile announced their Seeker phone will be shipping this summer. Finally, I'm still holding my Solana Mobile NFT, waiting for my Seeker phone to arrive. It's been like 2 years. I paid
That's super
500
cool.
bucks. I want my
Just in
phone.
time for summer, just in time to flex on
Just in time
at
for the bear market.
conferences.
Yeah, exactly.
What a
Hell yeah.
legend.
Are you going to come to that conference in Toronto?
No, it was like it was like 1,500 for a ticket, and then 1,500 for a plane ticket, and I just
Yeah.
I
And,
I get
and then
that.
the flight. How far is the flight? I mean, even
You gotta
from
take some
Poland, it
profits.
can't be that close. Are you still in Poland?
No. Yes.
Yes. Fuck me. So
What a legend.
absolute
Right.
legend. How's the weather over there? Is it cold?
Lovely. I
love
don't like it when it's too warm. This is my favorite time of year, spring. Yeah, it's cold in the morning, and then it gets up to about 12. It gets between like 6 and 14 in the afternoon. This month, so pretty mid
So English
weather.
summertime.
No, not even that.
Not
warm.
even.
No,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Cool. Yeah, it's been about 0 here today. Thanks for asking. Fidelity announced launch of
We don't care
digital
about
dollar competing with
Oh,
BlackRock's
Canada.
BUIDL.
That's Canadian. Mispronounced the name of the country. That's brutal trolling from Matthew Smead right there.
Canada?
Canada, man.
Canada, yeah. Walrus announced that their mainnet will go live next week. You guys excited about Walrus?
Hell yeah. Give
Did
me
you do the
No.
Walrus challenge?
Haven't.
Is the new meme coin on there going to be Tusk or something like that?
That's when they're doing like the run, and then every 100 meters they got to like pound an energy drink or something. The Walrus challenge. I can't remember, but
Oh, brilliant.
tokens and NFTs. Okay, we're just at the finish line here, guys. Adam Weitzman acquired 4 Mega Mutant Apes. Sugartown announced the Win token. NBA Top Shot moments are now tradable on OpenSea. Binance unveiled Vote to List initiative featuring BNB
Second that.
tokens.
Cool.
Definitive Trading Platform released airdrop checker for their Edge token, and DeFi Dungeons Gold token vault closed with 130 mil worth of deposits. Did you guys put money into the DeFi Dungeons Gold vault on Meteora?
No, I did not.
Mate,
I've got my own dungeon that I've been putting money into.
Yeah, exactly. Stacking the precious metals.
And then I would also like to add on to that list, all shit broke loose on PulseChain. That's the final piece of news.
Fake news.
Hell yeah.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Well, it's just another week in PulseChain.
Exactly. We got
Awesome.
diamond balls.
That was a great show, guys.
Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Thanks so much for joining Wizard and Matt Smead.
Thanks for having me.
Follow me on Twitter. It's at EuroWizardJustin. You are a Wizard Justin. Leave a comment on the video. Clip
Hell
the
yeah.
video.
Follow Justin.
And then share the clip onto Twitter if
Do it.
there's anything.
And tag us.
Do it.
Okay, thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.